So then you made it back in, obviously, and 2 years later you made the Olympics.
To be honest, it's been very hard to be motivated this year.
And you did your hurdle and like nearly broke your leg. How did you not snap your knee? In fact, I did hear when you were younger, you got kicked out of the institute.
I'd found I'd also gotten a bit of an influx of like hate after not making the Olympics.
You were the first of us to ever get 1 million views, and we were all at training like, whoa.
Yeah. I went to a Gatorade event recently and like I was literally being paid to create content around this photo shoot, and I'm like trying to do it so secretly.
Moving from Apple products to Samsung, was that as difficult as moving from 10 metre to 3 metre as a diver? So today we're here with a 5-time Australian champion, Commonwealth medalist.
Am I?
Oh, hey, you just told me you were.
No, I said I was, yeah.
No, you can. Okay, that can be the intro. Brittany O'Brien, welcome back. 5-time, you said you've won every women's event at Nationals.
Yeah, but I don't know how many times. Maybe it's 10 times.
Okay, it could be more. Okay, well, at least it's a minimum of 5,
Yeah.
which is good. So what, women's 3 metre? What are they?
1 metre, 3 metre, 3 metre synchro, 10 metre, 10 metre synchro.
Have you done
Starting
mixed?
with a nice flex.
Oh yeah, that's it. 5-time Australian champion. I think I'm only up to 3.
Get better.
I know, I've been outranked here. In fact, I did hear when you were younger, you got kicked out of the institute.
Yes. I think I was probably about 15 or 16 and I guess I'd like started going through puberty and like my body was changing. I was struggling to sort of maintain my weight, which I think is very normal and it happens. And yeah, my results just started kind of going a little bit downhill for a while. And back then there was a lady in charge of she was a bit
Her name
scary.
dropping?
No, I won't name drop, but she was terrifying. And she used to come and kind of observe our training every now and then. And I would somehow always have the worst session of my life when she was watching. But yeah, one day she pulled me aside and she was like, hey, you haven't been performing and like your body's just like not in the right shape. Like we're going to have to let you go. And I'm like bawling my eyes out. I go home, I'm throwing up
God.
from anxiety. Like I was just so upset. And I called Trevor. I'm like, please, like I swear I'm going to start working hard. And he's like, yeah, like it's not up to me. It was up to her. But if you can like prove that you're going to work hard, like we'll let you back. So I had about a week where I was kicked out and then I came back and yeah, kind of worked my ass off. To be fair, I was a little bit lazy at this time.
Yeah?
I think most 15, 16-year-olds are a bit like, I don't know, they just don't get it. But yeah, I started training harder and 2 years later I made the Olympics.
That's insane. And you were stressed that week.
Oh,
I would have
was
been
throwing
so
up.
stressed.
Like I vomit if I get anxious. So I was
Really?
just vomiting for like a week straight.
And then when you come back, how hard did you train?
Look, still not as hard as I do now, but I worked a lot harder. It was a big kick up the bum. I kind of needed it, I think.
It's always stressful when they send someone from Diving Australia to come and
Yeah.
observe your training because it's like, all right, no matter what you've been doing these last couple of weeks, today you need to perform.
Yeah. And I remember my first ever like interaction with her. She came to watch and I was bouncing on the end of the board and I'm like,
I've seen this video.
I was like, I need to look good. Like I need to like show this lady that I'm so good. I slip off the end, scrape my entire like back down the board and I had to get out and like ice my bum. It's humiliating. But I
So-
swear I'm good.
Before you even got in the water, you had to get out.
Like she's definitely kicking me out. And she did.
That's the funniest one I ever saw. Not that it's funny, but you know Vlad?
Yeah.
We flew to Melbourne once to compete and he was bouncing on 1 metre, warming up. He fell off the board, hit the side of the pool with his foot
Ow.
and got injured. And before he'd even done a dive, he was out.
Ow.
I know.
Yeah.
It is quite nerve-wracking though because they send people to come and observe our training
Yeah.
and you got to perform.
And I feel like it's a bit more chill these days, or maybe it's just
Yeah,
because
I
I'm
think
older.
so too.
But yeah, they've definitely changed it around a lot.
When I was younger, I was worried they were going to kick me out because I was too tall. Like we
Oh,
used to do
really?
height and weight every Friday.
Yeah.
And I was always nervous because when I grew, the other athletes would go and tell the coach
When you grew.
when I got taller, as if like they're going to kick me out because of
Really?
it.
Yeah.
I was so stressed, like my whole time coming through. I was
You
gonna
are
get
very tall for a
kicked
diver
out.
though.
Yeah, it's probably why my back sore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then you made it back in, obviously, and 2 years later you made the Olympics.
Hmm.
That was insane
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how I did that, but
on 10 metre.
yeah.
Because you were a 10 metre diver and then you moved down to 3 metre.
Yeah.
And moving down because like I've done a bit of both and I know that from doing 10 metre then doing 3 metre, everyone sees you as a 10 metre diver and you kind of get discredited
Yeah.
as a 3 metre diver. How did you manage that?
I mean, in the beginning, definitely, like people were telling me like, what are you doing? Like go back to 10 metre, especially after my first ever competition, which was a bit of a flop.
Was that the one in Melbourne?
Brisbane. It
Okay.
was humiliating. I did like 2 out of 5 failed dives, I think.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, it was really bad. And even myself, I was like, what am I doing? Like, go back to 10 meter, bro. But yeah, I think after that, I really had to, I guess, prove myself on 3 meter. And I remember I had that competition in Brisbane, and then a week later I had another one in Sydney. And the night before I was just kind of like bawling my eyes out. Like I was like, I can't do it. Like, what am I doing? What have I done? And then I competed and it was fine. And then 2 months later I competed again at nationals and won nationals. So I became the 3 meter champion, which was extremely unexpected. But yeah, it was just like, I don't know. I think after that people didn't tell me to go back to 10 meter, prove myself. But yeah, I mean, it's a very different event. I think training springboard is somewhat easier than training for platform, but competing springboard is so much harder than platform. Like it's very different.
That is the saying. 10 meters harder to train, easier to compete.
Yeah.
3 meters easier to train,
Yeah.
but harder to compete. And it's not just when you compete, but those months and even years in between. When people are doubting you, sometimes.
Oh, I doubted myself big time.
Yeah?
I still do.
Nah.
3 years in.
It's just part of it. Even when you talk about being so nervous before a comp, because
Yeah.
I feel like everyone gets nervous, but you just pretend you're not.
Yeah.
I'm
not very good at pretending.
I don't know. I very rarely see you at comps like stressed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Internally, I'm stressed.
It's always like that,
Yeah.
eh?
Even at state champs, like 3 weeks ago, I was the only one in the competition, and I'm like standing on the end, like shaking,
What if I
convulsing.
come last?
And it was bad.
It is always humbling getting a PW.
Yeah.
I got a personal worst in Spain.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
Was it reverse 3.5?
I failed the dive.
Yeah. But you got right back up there and kept going. That
I
was
didn't
very
have a
impressive.
choice.
Yeah.
I got like mad winded. And then what about when we were in Brisbane? Because on 3 meter you got to do a hurdle. And you did your hurdle and like nearly broke your leg. How did you not snap your knee?
I don't know. I've done that once before when I first started springboard. And it was so painful. And that particular time I couldn't even like walk on it. So I was lucky that this time, I don't know if I'd built up some sort of tolerance for doing the knee buckles, but I was able to kind of do the dive very shakily, but I did it. But yeah, I didn't tear anything. I got some bone bleeding and bone bruising, I think. And I don't know if that's gone away or not because they still hurt, but.
Do they still hurt from that incident?
Yeah, but also my right knee is almost worse than my left knee now, and I haven't buckled on that one. So I think I just have bad knees in general, and springboard's definitely like brought that out of me because platform you don't really need to use your knees, but it's fine. That's just being an athlete.
Ramon shot that 4K.
Yeah.
Luckily
That
you
was
had
posted on TikTok like 30 times.
it. Well, it did like 30 million or something.
Yeah, I've posted it a lot.
That was crazy because. And then the Olympic trials in Adelaide, both of us unfortunately didn't make the team.
Yeah.
That was tough.
Yeah.
Going into it, like, were you expecting to make the team?
I wasn't expecting to. Obviously, I was hoping to, but my training had been the best it had ever been. And I'd worked so hard, and I truly felt like I had done everything that I needed to do. And like even when I got to the competition, my training was really good. And just that first round, you do 3 rounds. So there's a prelim, a semi, and a final. And the prelim, as soon as they like started the competition, I was just a nervous wreck. Like I could not even stand on the board without it was just, I don't know, it was so bad. And yeah, I just did 5 dives that were awful because I couldn't even like stand up straight, and got out, and I kind of knew that I'd like stuffed it because obviously they accumulate each score like from each round. And I thought I think I was in 5th place or something, and top 2 make it. So I was like, unless everyone above me has like an awful 2nd and 3rd round, like I'm out. And then I think the pressure slightly eased off for the 2nd and 3rd round. They still weren't great because I was just, I don't know. Like, I don't know what happened, honestly. Like, I hadn't dived that badly in months. Like, I'd been training and I'd been hitting pretty much every single dive. Like, I hadn't missed any dives, which was like, why would I miss it in competition if I haven't missed it in training? But I guess, I don't know. Like, everyone was able to better manage their nerves than I was, which is why people qualified and they were just better on the day, and that's diving.
It's so weird how like some competitions you just get more nervous than others.
Yeah.
I've been more nervous at a state event than some of the than the Commonwealth Games. And
Yeah.
I know he couldn't tell you why.
Yeah,
as if,
it's weird.
There's like a wave of anxiety and it just goes up
Yeah.
and down. And sometimes you have it good, sometimes you have it bad.
Yeah. I don't know if it was because I felt so prepared. I had so much pressure on myself, and also the fact that it's Olympic trials, like it's not a small event. But maybe that was why. Like sometimes if I'm less prepared, I end up feeling a lot better because I don't have that expectation on myself. But yeah, I don't know. It was, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough, Because then, you have good preparation, but then you're like, all right, well now I've had good preparation, I better make it. And then if you don't have good preparation, you're more relaxed because you're like, oh well, I didn't have good preparation, so you feel like less nervous going in, like less expectations.
Yeah, and also even sometimes if I've like made the event, so like if I'm already at the world champs or like whatever it is, I feel better because like I'm there. Like there's nothing to qualify for. Whereas at those trials, they're just so brutal. And my event is so competitive as well. Like
it is.
All of the girls
in my
event are incredible. So
because it's like you're either gonna make the team and then you're gonna go traveling for a while, or you're going home.
Yeah,
and you're just gonna have.
And you're done for the year.
You just got to pack it in for the year.
Yeah, I took 6 months off after trials, and I thought it would be a lot easier to come back, but it's been tough coming back. I think because my body got so used to relaxing and like not really doing anything, and coming back it's been hard. But I feel like I'm finally in a place where it's a bit easier, and we have our World Champs trials in 2 months, so we'll see how that goes.
I really wish I could compete.
Yeah, me too.
I just want to go.
Yeah, just come watch.
I haven't been able to dive in like months properly because of my bloody back.
Yeah,
injuries like the worst. And then what about when you finished we both didn't make it. Was it good to go traveling for 6 months and take your mind off it? Like, how did you feel afterwards?
The first couple of weeks stung a lot, and then I think watching it and like seeing it all on social media, I had to mute a few people because like when their stuff would pop up, I would just like feel insanely jealous. Like obviously I'm happy for them, but you know, it's hard to see. But yeah, I went away. I went to the Cook Islands, which was so nice and so relaxing. And then I did a big USA trip for like a month. I was in the US, and yeah, it was good. It was much needed.
Cook Islands is a good place to check out.
Yeah.
Minimal Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Well, I was on an island with like a population of 400 people. So there was like really nothing there. There was just like quiet beaches. Like I'd walked on the beach, and then a week later I came back and my footsteps were still there, the exact same. Like
really?
No one else had been on the beach. Yeah.
Was that the most remote beach you've ever been to?
Yeah. Most remote island. Like I had to carry like bread and supplies over on the plane because they had none on the island, and like would have to wait for ages to get it all kind of imported in. So yeah, it was definitely very different, but I couldn't live there permanently. I'd lose my mind. But
did you enjoy it for a few weeks?
For a few weeks, it was beautiful. It was so nice.
How long were you there?
2 or 3 weeks, I think.
And there with Wes.
Yeah.
Olympic swimmer from the Cook Islands.
Yes.
I remember when I was in Tokyo, I saw him. He was always very nice to me. I saw him in the elevator in his Cook Islands. But he was also in like the Australia building. I feel like he's just like been taken under the wing.
Yeah.
Because he trains here in Australia, but he's from the Cook Islands.
Yeah. And he's retired now. He was another one that unfortunately missed out on the Olympics this year or last year. But
it's tricky, because I feel like once you make an Olympics, there's just this expectation that you're going to make every event and every Olympics moving forward.
Yeah.
And you made yours first nearly 10 years ago.
Yeah, which is crazy. Well, I don't know if I can stick around another 4 years. I'll be old. No. But yeah, it's definitely a big, and if you miss it, you have to wait another 4 years. And I mean, we don't have that Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, with the Commonwealth taken out.
Yeah, that was always like a good kind of halfway point, but now we don't have that. So
what did you think of it when they took diving out of the Commonwealth Games?
I mean, obviously it's super disappointing. Like the commies were supposed to be in Victoria, and then they canned it because it was too expensive. I mean, I understand that like Glasgow taking it on, they just don't have the facilities all the time. So it was good of them to take it on in the first place. But yeah, it's definitely disappointing. I'm hoping that we get to do our own little like mini com games. I think Alex, the CEO, was mentioning something along those lines. So that would be fun just to have like at least something to work towards. Otherwise it's just very hard to stay motivated at training and keep rocking up.
Because it's so fun, the Commonwealth. Like I had more fun at the Commonwealth Games
I love it.
than I did at the Olympics.
Yeah.
Just being able to mingle with everyone. And of course, when you win medals, it's fun.
Yeah.
Because you got a silver there, eh?
Yeah.
In 1 meter.
Yeah, that was so good.
Was that expected? Your silver medal at the Commonwealth Games?
No. No, I mean 1 meter is a bit of a like fun kind of event because obviously it's not an Olympic event, but I love the 1 meter, and I love kind of sending harder dives on the 1 meter. And I had that one dive, the reverse 2.5, that's like a really hard one, and it's very hit or miss. Like when you hit it, like it pays off, but I would hit it quite rarely in competition. So yeah, as soon as I kind of hit that dive, I knew I'd done something special. But yeah, it felt so good. Like, yeah, so exciting.
I remember watching that with Nikita.
Yeah.
Because I was competing the next day. I couldn't be there. We were watching it. We're like,
yeah.
I think after you hit reverse, because you do a lot of bigger dives. Typically dives a lot of the guys do. You compete like reverse 2.5. I've seen you do inward 2.5 down there as well.
Yeah. I just love it. Like I think 1 meter is so boring if you're just doing the basic like 1.5 list. And to really get that competitive edge, you need to add that difficulty in because everyone knows how to do the basic dives well. So it's kind of a matter of like who can do, like step it up and do those harder dives and pull it together in competition. So I think that's these days how you win a women's 1 meter event. I mean, Maddie Keeney is another great example of that. She's
so
world
strong.
champion. Yeah. She's got one of the most insane women's lists on 1 meter that I've ever seen. So maybe one day I'll be like that. We'll see.
Yeah, her 1 meter list is bigger than mine.
Yeah.
She's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're also one of the only women in the world to ever do like a front 4.5 on 3 meter.
Yeah.
And was it reverse? Have you done reverse 3.5 too? Yeah.
I've done reverse. Reverse with bounces, reverse is easy, but with the hurdle takeoff, it's difficult.
Yeah.
I was thinking of bringing it back maybe next year if we don't have any competitions to do, then I've got time to actually kind of train it. I want to learn inward 3.5 as well, which you do. Which one do you think's easier, inward or reverse?
I just find inward, I think I'm really bad at it. I find inward really difficult. Like reverse, you can at least muscle it. Like I can stamp the board and just send it with my strength, but inward is so technical.
Yeah.
I either like put my hips and jump too far back and I just struggle to make it.
And I do that on 2.5. I don't know how I'm going to make a 3.5, but
I find 4.5 very difficult as well. I find the twisters easier. Like I could do a triple out easier than a 4.5.
Yeah.
But at the moment I can't do anything.
Hell yeah.
I want to get back into it. I want to move down a springboard. And there's like a low pressure to just go back to 10 meter, but I just
Well, you're so good on both. It's hard to kind of.
I just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, do you reckon you'd still be diving if you were doing 10 meter?
I think my body would have given up on me by now. Well, I mean, my body's kind of giving up on me on springboard as well, but no, I don't know. It's hard to know. It's just so much more mental and mentally draining. Like if I'm coming into training and I know I have to do a full 3 meter list, it's like, okay, like it's not that bad. But if I'm doing a full 10 meter list, like there are tears, it's drama. Like it's just not, it's hard.
The safety's on the line.
Yeah. One wrong move and you're in the bloody hospital. So.
Oh, it's the worst. Happened to me a few times.
Yes.
Like concussions.
Yeah.
And then what keeps you motivated to dive now? Like having the Olympics go by, like what keeps you in the pool, especially when we have no Commonwealth Games coming up?
To be honest, it's been very hard to be motivated this year, like since coming back, because, you know, obviously it's 4 years until the next Olympics and yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping to make world champs and I think the last couple of months it's been easier with that coming closer. But I mean, at the moment, like I don't really have much going on outside of the diving. Like I do the social media stuff, but that kind of works because of the diving. And I think that's my main sort of motivator because I don't really want to quit and then like have to get a job. So yeah, I don't know. It's really good to do while I still can. And I know that this is not going to be a forever thing. So I might as well put everything I can into it for the next few years and see where it can take me. I feel a lot less pressure this year. Obviously I do want to make the team, but I'm not going to be like super devastated if I don't, because I don't know. I'm just trying to like find my feet again in the sport.
Yeah. With no Olympics or Commonwealth Games coming up, it does feel less stressful.
Yeah.
Even being injured, I don't feel too stressed because like I know I need to be back in the pool, but there's nothing like a world champs.
Yeah. We've done it. Like it's great fun and it's so good, but like,
it's not an Olympics.
Yeah.
Or Commonwealth. Especially
the year after an Olympics, it's usually like a lot more chill, the world champs. And I'm going to go on holiday after despite making it or not. So
where are you going?
Vietnam. And if I don't make it, I think I'm going to go Cambodia as well.
Cambodia.
Yeah, but hopefully I make it.
I really want to go traveling, but I can't. I don't feel like I don't deserve any time off. I haven't been able to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's tricky being injured because I want to just go away and travel because I can't dive.
Yeah.
But then the expectation is to be here to do rehab.
Yeah.
So it's like I didn't sign up for this, you know?
Yeah.
But you kind of have to do it. you find that traveling is good for content? Because I know diving is really good for content.
Yeah, I mean, when I traveled last year, I kind of took a break from like the content. I didn't really post for a while. And I think I just sort of needed that because, I don't know, I'd found I'd also gotten a bit of an influx of like hate after not making the Olympics. Like,
Did you?
A little bit.
Did you get a lot of hate after not making the Olympics?
A bit. Like people were telling me that I was like a failed diver and like whatever. And it doesn't really affect me, but I think I was just like over all of it and I just wanted to like switch off and not have pressure. Like I still took my little photos and everything, but yeah, I didn't really post much content while I was away. But I don't know. I do sometimes struggle to like come up with ideas. You're one that I really like look up to because you're always pumping out content and like new ideas. And I'm just like, how does he think of all these ideas? But yeah, traveling, I mean, it obviously opens you to more opportunities and like more, I guess, content ideas and stuff.
I think you have more of a viral mindset than me.
Really?
Yeah, I think a lot of your videos just absolutely blow up.
They either blow up or completely flop, no in between. It's like 30 million or 400 views.
Sometimes I go through Instagram and look for some inspiration. I saw one with like 30 mil just from like the other day of you diving as a kid.
Oh yeah, that one popped off. But I don't know. I'll have like one really good idea a year and then for the rest of the year it's just like nothing. But yeah, I don't know.
It's really good having you at training because we both do social media and divers. I feel like it's so lucky that we get to train together because you can talk about things like, you know, that pressure added from socials or hate or ideas or new concepts. Yeah. When I can dive again, we should do like a whole synchro session. I think it'd do so well. What about after diving? What are you going to do?
Well,
have you thought about it?
No.
Fair enough.
The last time we did our podcast, I spoke about my upcoming clothing brand, which...
Is that April Mayhem?
Yes.
How's it going?
It's not. It's not going.
Not going?
It's so hard. Like, I always knew it was going to be hard and I got some samples made and they didn't look great. And after that, I kind of just like... I didn't give up, but I just realized like there's so much work that goes into this and I need to give it my all. And at the moment, I'm just like struggling to find the time for that. Like I think training full time and then doing the social stuff on the side, the only free time I have, like I want to actually like relax and you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just, it's been hard to actually get it done, but I do still really want to do it. I think I just need whether I need to do like a course at TAFE or something to learn a bit more about fashion design because I'm feeling so clueless. There's just, so many little things. But yeah, ideally like I would love to do something like that. It's just a matter of actually doing it.
Because training really takes it out of you. Like
does.
You said something to me the other morning. You're like, oh, I finished training last night and I actually had something left in the tank.
Yeah.
And it's so rare for that to happen because you finish training and it's like empty is when I normally finish training and a lot of the time it's past empty. Like I leave just feeling destroyed.
Yeah. And you get home and the last thing you want to do is start a business.
And
like,
then you get, it's tough. It's tough. Like I found eating really healthily, like trying to eat more for me, I found helped me with that energy stuff because you'd finish training and just be like beyond tired.
Yeah.
And then thinking about a business or how to get more samples or new products. Or it is disheartening too when you get samples and they suck.
Yeah. And I realized it's just because I like hadn't done enough research and I didn't know enough about the fabrics and the stitching. There's just like so many things. That's why I think maybe a course would help me. And that's something I can hopefully sort of do in my own time as well. So I think I might do that. And then don't worry, guys. April and Mayhem is still going to come.
It's coming back.
Maybe in 10 years, but it's coming.
Did you need like an Australian producer? Because I designed this shirt recently. I haven't launched any. I haven't even really spoken about it. But
wait, that shirt?
Not this one. But it's like a Shackers and it's got Send It underneath. And something so simple. It's like a million moving parts. It's like, what cut of shirt do you want? What fabric do you want? How high can it go? The Shackers, do you do it this way or that way? You know? Is it black or white? And then the Send It, what font do you use? The font's like $70. How is the font $70? Like, what?
So much that goes into it.
I feel like I'm getting rorted.
Yeah.
So it is so many moving parts.
Yeah. And I was just starting with kind of like plain, I wasn't doing patterns or anything and I wouldn't even know how to do patterns. So that's like a whole nother thing that I'd need to learn. So yeah, there's definitely a lot to it.
But you've had a business before, Draco?
Yeah.
Draco Jewelry. That popped off. I feel like everyone was wearing it.
It did all right for a little while, considering how little effort I put into it. It did pretty good. I was just kind of like, I'd order like all the chain and charms and stuff in bulk and then like make it myself, like put it all together with the little jump rings and stuff. That was really fun. But when I started competing and traveling again, it just became too hard to do it. I remember I went overseas and I forgot to like shut down my website and someone made an order. I was like, oh, I got my mum. I had to like call her and like walk her through how to make the jewelry and package the order. It took like an hour and a half to make like 2 necklaces. I was like, I just don't have the time for this at the moment. But yeah, it was definitely fun, and I learned a lot from it. I learned how to do like the website and the Shopify and all of that, and I guess like customer service stuff. So yeah, that's definitely a good starting point.
And you could even move all the contacts you had from Draco over to April Mayhem.
Yeah.
That's something I'm doing with Sam Straws.
Yeah.
Building a new website, and then I'll send everyone out an email with my new shirt.
Oh, so you are bringing it back with
my Send It shirt. Not Sam Straws. I loved doing that.
Yeah.
But I just had like
such a good idea as well.
I really enjoyed it, but I had problems with the supply chain, and then shipping went up really expensive. If I could partner up with a company, I'd go like 50-50 with them and get them to produce and distribute, and I could market it. Because I didn't enjoy the import distribution part.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't enjoy that. Like, I can do it, but I like the marketing of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm similar. Like all the back end stuff, I'm like, I don't know how to do this, but I could probably like very easily promote it.
And some people are really, really good at that.
Yeah.
I just haven't found them.
Yeah.
So, maybe you could do that with April Mayhem, like find someone to.
I think I just need to pay someone to do it. I was trying to do it all myself, but I think it's just a lot harder than it
The other thing you could do is give them equity, save you putting up any money up front.
Yeah.
Like give them sweat equity.
Yeah.
My shirt's being made like in Australia.
Okay.
So you could even look into getting.
I was looking in Melbourne. It's just so much more expensive.
Is it?
So yeah. I don't know. When I go to Vietnam, maybe I'll have a look. I was also looking at Bali, which might be better because the Chinese manufacturers, that's where I got my first samples from, and they were a bit harder to work with, I think. So maybe Bali or.
I once had one of my Sam Straw samples come printed upside down on the straw. I thought, surely did no one flag this in the factory? Like, who looked at that and said, yeah, that's good. Send it to Australia.
Was that in China?
Yeah. I don't know. But they were good once they knew what to do.
Yeah.
They did a really good job.
And I think if you can fly over there and like be involved in it, it's easier, but it's so hard with what we do with the training. Like you can't really miss sessions.
I think people don't even realize like it's your whole life that's anchored here.
Yeah.
Like I think if I gave up diving today, I could go overseas and just make content all year round, and I wouldn't need to come home.
Yeah.
I'd just travel around the world making content with my team.
Yeah.
Sometimes I even wonder, maybe I should just go do that.
Do it.
I've thought about it, especially being injured for like 5 months.
Is it feeling any better? You're back?
It's feeling so much better.
So you think you'll be able to come back soon?
Yeah. I think I'm going to do some entries tonight and then slowly get back into it over the next couple of months.
Yeah.
Like, diving is a skill that I love. Like I do my own training camps to Gold Coast.
Yeah.
And bring like Ramon.
You love the Gold Coast.
I love the Goldie. I want to do those around the world.
Yeah.
Like would you go train elsewhere like they do? Because I know in Swiss, we have international divers come train with us. Would you go overseas and do that?
Yeah. I don't know. I always find myself, I end up missing home though. Like I go away and I'm like, okay, like I couldn't do it for a long period of time, but for a few weeks I could. Depends where.
What about in 2022 when we spent like months overseas? Did you get homesick then?
A little. And I think some of we'd stay in some pretty like dodgy places as well. And that was definitely like, I'd like get into bed and it was like, there's like no blanket and like the pillow is like a slice of paper and I'm like, I love my bed. But definitely a good experience.
I remember in Canada, we
God.
stayed in these like dorms that had no air conditioning and it was peak summer and I was like struggling to sleep because I was just so hot.
And I like to think of myself, actually that's a lie. I was going to say I like to think of myself as not a princess, but I am a princess. Especially when it comes to sleep. But sleep is just so important. Like if you're not recovering, then you're not training well the next day.
I can't even think as good.
No.
I don't even like, I feel like I have bad attitude when I don't sleep because I'm like, nah.
Literally. Yeah. Yeah. That Canada camp was even recently.
I think I lost weight at that camp because there was just no food.
Oh my God, the food was so bad. Or when we went to Indiana and there was no food provided and we had to just
That was the opposite. I feel like I put on weight because I just ate.
But it was like fast food. That was our
rubbish.
only options, which I do eat out a lot, but it was all like McDonald's, Chipotle, like what are the bloody American brands? I don't know.
I remember I
got so sick.
Even the food provided, we had these chicken breasts in America and it felt like they'd like pumped it with sugar somehow. Yeah. Like, this is a chicken breast. How does it taste like sugar?
Yeah. Yeah, I got so sick. And
it's tricky when you're traveling around the world to then eat similar to what you normally eat to perform. I found like a salad bar at some shop I like rode a scooter to every day.
Well, I have like sushi for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. So
do you?
Yeah, I eat a lot of sushi, so it's hard to like replicate that overseas.
No, sushi is good. It is good. Just like some healthy options. Like I don't mind eating the same thing every day.
Yeah.
Like Olympics and Commonwealth Games are good.
Yeah, they have
like
lots of options.
Mad buffets.
Yeah.
Everything you could ever want. But then some comps, it's like
sometimes the hotel provides like really good buffet. The one in Germany, in Berlin, oh my God, it's so good.
Germany always has the best food.
Yeah.
Like
and
Rostock had the best breakfast I've ever had.
Yeah.
And then
the pastries, it's come like, home a little Oompa Loompa.
Some comps I go to and I lose weight.
Yeah.
I feel like I put it on because I just eat so much. And then what about dealing with, like I know being an athlete and social media, I feel like a lot of people see social media is distracting from being an athlete, but I see it only as complementary and really a waste of a talent if you don't utilize it with socials, because you can just capitalize. Like my diving is a skill that I have, a skill that you have, and by videoing it, you can capitalize so much more on that skill.
Well, yeah, I don't see it as a distraction at all. Like, I mean, I just literally put my phone down and dive, and if anything, it actually makes me dive better because I'm like,
because you know you're videoing.
Yeah, I've had comments from even people that I know quite well saying, oh, maybe if you focus less on the social media, you would have made the Olympics. I'm like, that's just not how it works. Like if I had a normal 9-to-5 job at home and I'm sitting at my desk, would you have said that? Like maybe if you worked less, you would have made the Olympics? No, just because it's like something that's a little bit like, I don't know, different. Yeah, I don't know. And also we don't really make money from diving. Like
I think we
don't make a salary. Like I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but I make this year from diving, I'm making, I think, $4,000 or something.
I think diving pays me
$6,000
$120 a fortnight.
I get less than that now.
$60 a week.
They've changed it. I think I get $6,000 for the year.
Okay.
So like, which I'm very grateful for. I'm grateful, but like, I can't live in Sydney on $6,000 a year. Sorry, like I have to do. And there is incentive to make, if you make the world champs and if you like medal at the world champs, then but that's like really hard to do. Like obviously that's the goal, but I can't rely on medaling at the world champs as my income. And then I think we get like maybe a couple of extra grand if we make the team, which is again nice, but you can't live on that. So there are a couple of people who work sort of full-time jobs, like Maddie. She works from home in between training, and I really admire that she's able to do that. But for someone like me, I just like can't. So the social media is just really good because I can, you know, like monetize off of the diving, and it's something that I enjoy doing and something like creative, and I can kind of do it in my own hours. And like, yeah, I strongly encourage anyone who does sport that doesn't pay to like take that kind of avenue because yeah, it's just.
Especially Olympic sport. And I think it's undercapitalized on. Like I think nearly every athlete could be doing the same thing. Like my dad was a bricklayer and then he became a property developer. And if I had to be out laying bricks in between my diving sessions, I wouldn't be half the diver I am because I wouldn't have the energy.
Exactly.
Like you'd be burnt out from the sun. It's tough out there. And I always say to people about social media, like it's not laying bricks, but it is one of the most competitive industries in the world with zero barrier to entry because everyone has a phone.
Yeah, true.
So there's nothing stopping anyone from picking up their phone and making a video.
Yeah.
So I think it makes it a challenging place to succeed. And you put your dignity on the line because everyone laughs at you. you got to cop L's left, right and centre.
Yeah.
Although I don't remember anyone at school giving me a hard time about it. Did you have socials in school?
Not really.
You blew up after school, eh?
Blew up.
The Wacky Boys. I remember because we trained together and we were both making videos, you were the first of us to ever get 1 million views. And we were all at training like, whoa.
Yeah. And we had a little competition.
Yeah. We're like trying to get 1 million first.
I've been outranked hard now, but.
Yeah, at the moment, I think I do 3.34 billion.
Jeez. Yeah, I'm not doing anything like that, but one day.
It's crazy. I don't even like wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so did you ever get any of that backlash in school?
Not really. Like I used to just do kind of like Instagram photos in school, but I feel like all of us girls sort of did a bit of that. Yeah, it wasn't until after school. I think it was like 2019. So I would have been like 2021 when I first started actually doing. I actually had a video pop up the other day. It was like one of my first ever videos. I was like, oh my God, I look so little and like innocent. But No, I think at first I got a little bit of backlash because TikTok wasn't really a thing when we first started. Like,
Yeah.
it was very much like, oh, you have TikTok? Like, that's so embarrassing. Oh, you're posting on TikTok? But I mean, I guess once it became a bit more normalized and people sort of got used to seeing my head on their For You page every 2 seconds, they were like, oh, it's fine.
That's cool.
I think now I get a lot of like kind of, mostly it's just like the gross old men that like send me hate, but I don't really get hate from like girls or people that I actually care about. So
It's really wholesome that a lot of people support what you're doing as well.
Yeah.
I think like being an athlete structures my whole life and allows me to have order and discipline. And then I think it makes the social media easier because compared to sending myself off a platform that I could die on if I really make a bad mistake.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm posting videos, it's not life-threatening.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good fun.
Still challenging though.
Yeah.
Right.
I just find the creative aspect challenging because I feel like I've done all my ideas and sometimes I just really struggle to like come up with new concepts. So I think that's the hardest part. Like actually shooting it and like editing, like whatever, it's time consuming, but it's not hard at all. It's just hard to kind of like, yeah. And also like I feel like with girls, like constantly kind of staring at yourself on a screen can get a bit, like I can notice tiny little changes. Like if I've like gained a few kilos or whatever, like I'm like very self-critical of that. So I think that's like one of the kind of more negative aspects of doing the social media. But I mean, it's a pretty easy gig, pretty good gig, I think.
Do you find, because I know things change, like talking videos blow up for a couple of months and then it changes to voiceovers and then it changes to like really short form memes. I feel like it's this wave that's always changing.
Yeah, I can't keep up.
Do you find it easy to keep up with that?
I'll post like, I used to post a lot of training vlogs with the voiceover and then that stopped working for a little while and then it started working again and now all of a sudden it's not working. Like I just never know what to do. I tend to just stick with like the same stuff that I always post and sometimes it does well, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, it's hard to, I guess. And I find like the talking to camera things a lot harder because like, I don't know, I find I can like do a voiceover with more kind of like passion and energy and whenever I'm talking to the camera, I'm like somewhat robotic and I feel like, I don't know, I just get really in my head. And that's this type of thing that seems to pop off a lot lately. Yeah, I don't know. I do find it hard to keep up.
Because at least with a voiceover, you can go to an event, be super discreet, like put your phone down, do it really quietly.
Whereas,
then you
hey
can
guys!
Then you can get home when you're by yourself and crack out that voiceover. But yeah, when you're in public, like talking to camera.
Oh, I'm so humiliated filming in public. I can't do it. It's so embarrassing.
So do you still get nervous making videos?
Yes, I can't do it. Like I actually can't. Like I went to a Gatorade event recently and like I was literally being paid to create content around this photo shoot and I'm like trying to do it so secretly and like it's just, yeah, I don't know. I get so embarrassed. You're pretty good at whipping out the camera and filming. You don't
I just don't mind copping the L's. I just think I'll probably look like a flop. So be it, you know?
I'm just, even at training, like everyone's seen me do it a million times before, but like something about setting up my camera and doing like my little swimsuit fit check is just so humiliating.
Oh, I don't know if you want to talk about it, but the other day when you were setting up your tripod and you're like, oh, that whenever I think about this, when I'm like driving my car or doing anything, I just like piss myself laughing.
I can't, it's so embarrassing. I just become like an idiot. No. Like I forget how to speak. Like someone was talking to me about my like, because I'm too embarrassed to bring a tripod to the pool. Like I just use a water bottle and like lean my phone against it.
You do extremely discreet. And now you've got this Samsung phone that bends. That's like such a win.
This is helpful because I don't need a tripod.
It's like having a tripod on the go.
Hashtag paid partnership.
Sponsored.
Yeah. No.
I'm with Apple, so competitor.
I don't know. Where were we
so your tripod. You were nervous to set up your tripod?
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't bring my tripod. And I was like setting up this whole like leaning it against the phone because I was using my other Samsung, the one that doesn't fold.
Yeah.
Leaning it against my water bottle and someone like commented on it and I was just so embarrassed at the fact that I was like filming myself. I just went like mute and like started stuttering over my words and like embarrassing. Tripod. Stop.
So I don't.
You know when something embarrassing happens and you just don't stop thinking about it for like 4 days?
Yeah, I feel like it was so funny that I didn't stop thinking about it for 4 days. Just made me laugh so hard when you come up and told me what happened.
It ruined my whole training session. It really did. I don't think I used any of the footage from that video.
That's the worst when you like set up your tripod to film your dives and you just butcher every one of them and you like delete it.
Like it's another vlog of me saying, "Oh, hey guys, today was not a good training session." I'm like, that's like 9 out of 10 of my vlogs.
Like, does this person ever train any good?
Yeah.
I feel like that sometimes with my injury, I'm like giving an update. I'm like, you know what? I'm sick of telling people my back's fucked. You know, like. So what about moving from Apple products to Samsung? Like, was that as difficult as moving from 10 meter to 3 meter as a diver?
I was a little apprehensive at first. I think just anything that's like new, it's like you obviously use your phone all day, every day. You become so used to one thing, and because the Samsung obviously is a little bit different. At first I was like, I don't know how to use this, but it literally only took me a couple of days to sort of get used to it, and I love it. And I'm not just saying that. I actually love it. Like even if they terminate my contract, I think I'm definitely still going to keep using Samsung.
It's crazy how like that folds.
Yeah. I've been using the fold for a few weeks. I think I'm going to go back to there's like a non-fold one.
I wonder how many times.
Oh my God, you're going to break
it. It's so satisfying. I like the fact that it works like a tripod.
Oh, it's so good. I had the Gatorade shoot the other day and everyone was like, oh my God, that is so clever. Like that's so smart.
I think you were filming something the other day at the pool and I was like, it's good having set up. Because I bring a tripod. I've tried to Google and find like the most small, discreet one I possibly could. It's like this black one that I pull up and I set up my phone.
I need to commit to the tripod life, I think.
I like putting the coaches in it. I like getting them involved.
Yeah.
I did some diving videos with Howell, my coach, and he loved it.
Yeah.
And the talking videos.
Yeah.
He likes being involved.
I'm too nervous.
Yeah.
I need to just commit.
I did one with Chava when I forgot my Speedos and wore board shorts to training. And he was like...
Classic Chava.
You always know a new diver if they're wearing like board shorts.
Yeah.
Or like the swimming trunks.
When I took Jack Cooper to dive and he wore the rashie.
Did he?
Yeah, he wore a rashie.
Oh, that's so embarrassing, Jack. A rashie.
It was part of the bit. It was the bit.
He's so funny.
I love him.
I want to take more people diving. I love that series.
Me too.
I know you do it. I know we both do the series, but I feel like we both do it very differently.
Mine's better.
Is that right? Yours probably does pop off more.
Well, I've only ever done a few videos.
Brittany's do pop off very well.
Mine are more, oh, my bra's sticking out. Yeah, I don't do it often, but I've got a couple of people lined up. I'm doing Emily Brogan next weekend.
That'll be good.
Yeah, and then with Gatorade, I'm doing Dan Gorringe.
He's funny. I like Dan.
That'll be fun. We're doing that at Pimble, so should be good.
I've got a few lined up as well. I think I'm taking my dad on the weekend.
Oh, cute.
I took him diving once and he jumped off 10 meter.
Yeah, I saw that.
But I want to actually teach him to dive.
Yeah.
See if he can do a front flip or something.
Are you doing it in Newcastle?
Yeah, I'm going to drive up to... Which one? Lambton Pool.
It's a lot easier to book than the Olympic Park pool. No tea, no shade, but they make it very hard for us.
Yeah, I know.
They're a big fan of Sam.
They are now. I had a lot of challenges booking that pool.
Yeah. They charge Sam a special social media rate.
Yeah, Sam gets a special fee
real.
for booking the pool, which is like just double the normal rate.
Pretty sure it's illegal, is it not?
I and I could be wrong. I reckon I would probably be the only person paying this special rate.
I don't pay it.
But I also I don't mind just paying it so I can just film and do my stuff, you know? So if it just keeps everyone happy and they're not completely ripping me off, then I'll just pay it.
I'm waiting for them to do that to me. I always, when I email to book the pool, I'm like, I've got an athlete that's like coming for us. I make it sound like it's like a full-on training session.
Yeah, because it's funny. You wouldn't even realize that it's even difficult just to use the diving pools and to film.
Yeah.
I think people assume that you can just show up to the pool and just do what you want. And I feel like it should be that way.
Yeah.
But you got to like organize, email, set up, sign filming documents. You got to...
And I understand, especially when the pool's like super booked out with carnivals and whatnot, but it is sometimes hard when you get like, say, a brand deal come through and they want you to film diving stuff around it and they're like, okay, a lot of the time we get our brand deals and they're due in like a day, like 2 days. They give us like no time to film, which is fine, but like you can't really book the pool and you have to kind of like try and do it during training time, which like the coaches aren't a fan of, understandably. Yeah, it's a whole process.
But it's all good fun. Yeah. Well, Brittany O'Brien, thank you very much for coming back on the podcast.
My pleasure.
I feel I could talk to you for hours. We'll have to get you back on again. Maybe another year goes around. We'll check in on
maybe April and Mayhem. Yeah. Maybe that'll be up and running.
Is it coming back?
Yeah.
Okay. Fingers crossed. I'll give you a shirt.
Too busy playing Fortnite. I got my
We need
priorities.
to do that.
Yeah.
I still think I'm going to beat you in Fortnite.
You're not.
I think I'm definitely
You're
better.
not. You're far worse.
I think I could bet on this.
Okay, what do you want to bet? Get this on the record.
I do think that I can beat Brittany on Fortnite 1v1s, especially snipers. I'm good at snipers.
A 1v1,
No builds, though.
you can't. Oh, no.
Builds.
You would beat me in no builds. I can't do no builds.
Why
I'm an
builds?
OG because I'm just good at the game.
At building?
Yeah.
Do you have,
I panic build.
Oh, yeah, really?
I've got like 30 stories in like 2 seconds.
Are you one of those Fortnite players that shots go off and you've built up the Burj Khalifa?
Yes. Yes.
They irritate me. There's nothing
They're
worse.
just better.
I'll just shoot out the base and you'll die from fall damage. All right, 1v1s. Maybe tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
But what are we putting on the line?
If
If I win, you have to jump off 10 meter naked.
Me? That's the Olympic Park as well. My situation is going to go from bad to worse there. I would, but I just feel like the consequences are too high.
Okay.
Maybe I could do. Maybe whoever loses has to do like a horsey from 3 meter.
Done.
Yeah.
But not a horsey. Like you have to go flat.
Go flop. Oh no! I've actually like done it on 1 meter where I've come around and like just gone over, and then like gotten the mild concussion. Have you had a concussion from diving?
Mild ones.
Okay.
Mild ones.
Because
From
you can
10 meter.
Oh really?
And I got one on 3 meter when I did the front 4.5. I landed in a ball like this head first. I didn't even like reach for arms.
That's actually the worst. I've done 4.5 on 10 meter. Where I've like come around and not just falling from 10. You put on that like the inertia of spinning. You're falling and spinning and then just like
Well,
head
even
on the water.
Labbit did
Bang.
like off 1 meter. He just over rotated slightly, but it was like
Whiplash.
the whiplash, and he got really badly concussed.
It's scary too because it's not like a cold where you're like, all right, well, my head hurts here and there. It's like, I just feel a bit off and that sunlight's annoying me. And like
Head injuries are terrifying. Like I
actually
know
scary.
someone who got like brain bleeding and like changed them as a person. Like it was like, yeah, it's terrifying. My ex.
Who was it?
No shout outs.
The worst I've seen was Corey Lane.
Ooh. Did he get one?
Yeah, he did this handstand off 7, did double 2.5
that's
twists by
right.
accident, got whiplash.
Yeah.
And he couldn't understand time.
Oh my god.
He couldn't read the clock for like 6 months. And he couldn't understand dates.
Really?
Like he didn't understand how like dates.
Oh my god, that's wild.
He just got up the next day. I felt a bit off, drove to training and realised he was there like an hour or two early. It's just weird.
I did that once, but I wasn't concussed. I was just sleepwalking. I like
Really?
got up. It was it was a Saturday night or Sunday night at like 6 p.m. But I thought it was 6 a.m. on Monday, like 7 a.m. on Monday, and I thought I'd missed training.
Were you jet lagged?
No, I fell asleep in the evening and I thought I'd slept through a whole night. And I was like half sleepwalking and I got up and I like brushed my teeth and I went down and I called my mum because this was like back when this was years ago and I was in a different building and like my parents were somewhere else. And I called her, I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to training. She's like, it's 7 p.m. on a Sunday. Like, what do you mean? I was like, oh.
It's so trippy. I've had that happen to me when I was jet lagged.
Oh, really?
I come home, you sleep for an hour and you just feel like it's the next day. And then
Yeah.
you get up and you come downstairs and my whole family's still there. I'm like, what are you guys doing up this early? It's like 6 p.m.
Yeah.
So rogue. So your next comp should be world champ trials. Hopefully world champs in Singapore.
We'll see, hopefully.
Well, good luck for that.
Thank you.
I wish I could say I would be there, but
It's in Sydney. You can come watch.
I will come watch.
You won't.
It's always just sad coming to watch. Like, I'm going to come and watch the event I can't compete in. Yeah, you know? I feel like even though you're injured, you still feel like a flop.
I'm competing on my birthday,
Yeah? What's your birthday?
27th of May.
Yeah, mine's the
Gemini.
4th.
Yeah.
My
May the
Gemini
4th.
as well.
No, you're a Taurus.
Oh, that's right. They're the best.
I do like a Taurus.
Yeah?
Yeah. Everyone hates a Gemini.
Why?
Apparently we're two-faced. Kind of true sometimes. I think we mold to people's personalities.
What's my star sign?
Taurus.
What's that mean?
I think you're hardworking and you're honest, maybe. People say you're very stubborn.
Yeah.
I don't think you're that. Oh,
I know. Am I
you can be.
stubborn,
You
Michelle?
can be. What's Ramon? I forget. Oh, you're a Cancer, right? Yeah. Wes is a Cancer. I like my Cancers.
I think I can be. I'm very skeptical. Like I'm careful. Like if someone come and tells me something, I'm always like kind of wary. If I don't trust them, like someone come up.
You
and
are.
Like,
But I think you're a lot more switched on than people think you are.
I try to be.
Yeah.
It's because I'm copping so many L's.
Yeah.
It's just part of it. All right, Taurus. Well, good luck for World Champ Trials.
Thank you.
I'll come and support. And I don't know, maybe I'll compete in. Is there a comp in Malaysia?
Oh, wait. Are you going to America and Canada?
No, I can't dive.
Damn.
I know. Sad. I want to.
No, just come and send I don't know.
Send my 3 meter basic list.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try some entries tonight.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, Brit.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
I don't think I've ever had a podcast sign off like that, but I'll take it.